Hello and welcome to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast. I'm Gilly Irizarry. That is my main man, Larry Loper. And you can catch us on the, what is it, Larry?
What is it? It's the Box Office Buzz channel on What's Good with Gil and Larry. And we here every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Around 9:30 p.m.
Around 9:30. We go for it. We
We
try.
try, America,
We
we try.
tried. But that's right. It is the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel
Yes.
every Tuesday around 9:30. So let's get it going. We got basketball, combat sports, NFL, and a documentary recommendation from myself. Larry might have actually seen it already, but I haven't given it up yet. So it'll be a surprise. It'll be a tease for the end of the show. But
Okay.
who had a better weekend or the last couple days more than one Michael Jeffrey Jordan? Nobody. First of all, happy 63rd birthday to Michael Jordan. Today is his birthday. And how does he celebrate? By getting a customized Daytona 500 racing ring for his size 13 finger. That's right, Michael Jordan and his racer, Tyler Reddick, wins the Daytona 500 with a push on the last lap, which sort of kind of caused the wreck, but he got to the front, wasn't his fault, and he winds up winning the Daytona 500. Michael Jordan becomes the first majority owner, black majority owner to win the Daytona 500. Now, he is not the first co-owner. That would be Brad Daugherty. He won a couple years ago with Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
You did, yep, sure did.
But he was a minority owner. Michael Jordan is the primary owner of his racing
Wow.
team, which is called 2311, which is pretty
Wow.
cool because it's the number 23, and then right next to it is the Roman numerals for 11. Him and Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin is the minority owner. That is their racing team. I
Wow.
always think it's kind of strange when a racer that's part of another team winds up having his own racing team in the same league. Dale Earnhardt Jr. did the same. Excuse me, Dale Earnhardt did the same thing with the what was it called? DER or something like that. I forget. But yeah, Dale Earnhardt had his own company, but he was racing for Richard Childress.
Mm.
But he had his own company, and his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., was like the head of, but he also had Steve Park and Michael Waltrip Jr. racing for him. But anyway, I just always think it's funny that you have your own team, but you're racing for another team. Now, they are in alliance with Joe Gibbs Racing. Yeah, that's right, that Joe Gibbs. Um, Denny Hamlin races for Joe Gibbs. He has his whole professional NASCAR career, but now he is the co-owner, minority owner of the 2311 racing team with one Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, oh my gosh, another championship. Wow, this guy, Michael Jordan. I mean, I know he's our guy. He's our guy. He's my favorite. He's my
Yeah.
favorite, my number one professional athlete of my lifetime. He's my number one.
Yeah.
My number one. And I think he's your number one too. What
Yeah.
he did in basketball was remarkable. But now he makes the history books again by becoming the first black majority owner to win the great American race, the Daytona 500. Now, I heard Stephen A. Smith ask the question today. So I'm going to ask you, Larry.
Okay.
Do you think this will kind of build up the interest in black and minority groups for NASCAR because Jordan's team won this big race? This is their Super Bowl. Their Super Bowl is week one, like Tiger Woods did for golf. Tiger Woods, his first major was his rookie year, and it
Mm.
was the first major of the year. The Masters is the first one. He had
Right.
other golf tournaments prior to that, but they were, although they were professional pro, they were not a major. He won the Masters, and all of a sudden, minorities took off to wanting to play golf. Do you think this might sort of happen for NASCAR since Jordan, his racers, his full-time racers is Tyler Reddick, and the other one is Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace is black, driving the number 23. So do you think maybe sorta or bridge too far?
Bridge too far.
Mm.
Bridge too far. I would love to see that gap, in racing. Now, as a question far as ownership, like you talking about ownership, or you talking about like drivers, or people have an interest of color and wanting to drive in NASCAR?
I'm
Because if you
I'm
talking
just
about,
I'm just gonna generally say interest. Now, if you want to say, I think maybe more of the brothers will get into competitive racing, then
I mean,
that's an uptick.
the brothers need to. How many cops they done ran from? So I believe.
I'm not saying that. You said that. I'm
I
not
said
saying
it.
that.
I said it. All the high speed chases we've been involved in.
I'm
I'm
not
pretty
saying.
sure.
Oh, you're terrible. Come on.
Just say I'm saying it's that's the time you only want to race. You only running for the police. But all jokes aside, um, ah, it would be good. I don't know, man. If we was able to penetrate the interest in golf, did the golf numbers as far as blacks wanting to get in of color or minorities want to get in, did it go up? Far as did it?
Yeah, it went up, and I don't know how they
I
can
know
monitor
viewership
this, but
went up.
like the Nielsen ratings.
Yeah, yeah.
So they are able to not only see an uptick in ratings for something. So golf, the ratings went up when Tiger Woods
Yeah, I know
became
the
a pro.
ratings went up for
But they can
viewership.
also say in what areas in America the
Mhm,
ratings went up. So they're showing Oakland, California.
mhm.
They're showing like that go up in golf. They're showing where what are some Washington Heights. You know what I'm saying? Places where you can't even play golf, and now they're watching it to get
You know,
that interest, so then they can travel. Because golf's an expensive sport. It's not
it
like
is.
soccer. You
It
don't
is.
just roll out a ball and start kicking it. Golf's
Man,
expensive.
I'm pretty sure NASCAR is going to promote it that way, you know. But
Wouldn't you? I
I,
mean,
I would definitely promote it that way, if I wanted to definitely peak the viewer, even though NASCAR viewership is high anyway. I believe, Joe, was, it's a lot of people that like racing, and it's a history in NASCAR, a deep history in NASCAR. Um, Does the brothers? Do I see the brother viewing it more? I don't know, man. I really don't know because I'm like if NASCAR had great drivers. You mentioned a couple just off top just now. Then it had some great. I'm talking about legendary drivers. Earnhardt, Daryl Earnhardt, legendary. Waltrip, legendary. What's the dude Johnson? Jimmy Johnson, legendary. Like these dudes really can race. So I'm saying that the brothers wasn't watching it then. You know what I mean? And these dudes really could race. You talking about Dale Earnhardt's a legend. You know what I mean?
mhm.
So you trying to tell me that he couldn't bring the viewerships of of black viewership, but I get it because it was kind of like a white sport. You know what
Well,
I mean?
don't you? I mean, not that I want to completely make this a race thing,
Mhm.
but don't you don't you gravitate to what you recognize?
Yeah, for sure.
Like
For sure.
like Allen Iverson was super popular, and it wasn't just because he's black and he played basketball and he was from Newport News, Virginia. It was also that he was 6 feet tall
Mhm.
and he was 160 pounds. So you can
Yeah,
relate to a guy that's your size,
yeah,
your color.
yeah.
You were brought up in your kind of neighborhood.
Mhm.
So, Dale Earnhardt, traveled a lot with his parents because his father was a race car driver. And when he established himself, he grew up on a farm.
Right. That's
Listen to
true.
country music. He hunted.
That's
So we
true.
don't really relate to that, but a lot of people do. So then you bring in Tiger Woods, and he's half Asian and
Yeah.
half African American, and people relate to that because he looks like me.
Yeah.
You know,
That's true.
so what I'm saying is Michael Jordan,
Oh, well,
how many people still get the sneakers
yeah.
because of Michael
Yeah.
Jordan?
From that
How many
angle,
people still wear the logo because of Michael
yeah,
Jordan?
from that angle, from that angle, from that angle, I was going to pique interest from that angle, you know, because what, my lady is a NASCAR driver, right? And I posed this to her because I was like, Michael Jordan guy won the race, right? And I told her this, right? And she says to me, she says, well, who really cares about the owner of the car? We don't care about. Once again, I'm novice to the sport.
Yeah.
It was from somebody that actually
No, I
watched.
get it. No, that's a good question.
She was like, nobody really cares about the owner of the car. We always care about who won the race. And I was like,
Hmm.
okay, okay, makes sense. So I see even Michael Jordan, as being a Michael Jordan, that
Hmm.
you don't think that's impressive. And she was like, and this is from NASCAR race. She watches the race. So she, her interest wasn't like that, you know. Um, but I know also my people too, to a certain degree. So you're right. Just because we can identify with one of our own in
Hmm.
this sport that's penetrating this sport. And then there's Michael Jordan, who is highly successful everything he does. I mean, he's just ultra competitive. So it's no mystery that he had Danny Hamlin, which is a NASCAR guy, because I don't see Michael Jordan jumping in any sport. Any sport. I mean, he tried baseball. He didn't do that very well, but okay. Outside of baseball, right? Him coming to NASCAR without having somebody that's knowledgeable about the sport, that's knowledgeable about the cars, that's knowledgeable about everything he needs to be competitive. Because I don't
Hmm.
just see Michael Jordan dumping his money in something where, even though he's a billionaire, he's not
Hmm.
pressed for it, so to say. Um, I just know he's competitive. He just don't like to lose. That's Michael Jordan. He's the ultimate killer. You
Well,
know.
he said that he grew up watching NASCAR.
Yeah, and I can believe it. He's from North Carolina. Like, he grew up in
Yeah.
North Carolina. Like,
Same thing with Brad Daugherty.
yeah. So that's like
It's,
down south is traditional. Like, if you go to
mhm.
Dover, Delaware, that's big down there. Like, for real. Like,
It's very big, and
very
it's
big.
not it's big, but it's not nearly as big as like the Carolinas.
Right.
The Carolinas, oh my
It's
gosh.
oh my god. That's
That,
just
those
yeah,
are like breeding states
yeah,
of like drivers. There are
yeah,
so many different like tracks, like lower
yeah, yeah.
level
Lower level track.
racing
Yep.
that people go to and watch every
It's a
weekend.
culture. It's a culture
Yeah,
down
it's a
there.
culture. Yes.
Culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a culture. I think people like winners. So you
Yeah.
associate certain people as a winner. So then when you see them take interest in something else and win there too, you're like, oh my gosh, I love it. If Joe Gibbs was just a race car owner who won, people like, oh, he's a winner in NASCAR. But the fact that he won 3 Super Bowls previously in the National
Yeah.
Football League before he came to NASCAR,
Yeah.
that enamors people. That's like, man, this Joe Gibbs guy, let me get a rub, let me get a touch on him. Let me get a little shine off of that because this guy's just a winner.
Yeah.
When you win at the highest level in multiple things, that grabs an interest. Joe Gibbs winning a NASCAR championship or Daytona 500 is more noticeable than probably Richard Childress because Richard Childress is just known as a
That's a
NASCAR
rest.
guy.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Or Rick Hendrick, just known as a NASCAR guy. Joe Gibbs, NASCAR, NFL, NFL number one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So Jordan, the best player
Yeah.
from the mid '80s all through the '90s, and now he
Yeah.
wins in
Yeah.
NASCAR. Okay, he wasn't the driver,
Yeah,
But
but
you know,
still,
he was the owner. He put
but
up the
still he's the
money.
owner
That's
though.
his team.
That's his team. That's
Woo.
impressive. That's
Um,
impressive. And you talking about Daytona 500.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There
But
are
that
very
was he
few.
didn't win like a regular race. He
No,
won like the
he
race.
won the race.
Come on,
He
man. Like,
won one of the biggest
yeah,
races, if not the number one race in
yeah.
America.
That's impressive.
One of
That's
the
impressive
biggest in the world.
in the world.
There are very few that are bigger than
Yes.
Daytona. In this country,
Yeah.
I
What
don't know.
Talladega?
No, it's bigger than Talladega.
It is.
Maybe the Indianapolis
Yeah,
500 is
yeah,
there,
yeah.
and maybe the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
and the Kentucky Derby
Yeah.
is the first major race of the
Up
cycle
the cycle.
of
Yep.
it's the Kentucky Derby, the
Churchill Town
Preakness,
and then
the
Churchill. Yep.
Belmont, and then a little later on is the Breeders' Cup.
Breeders'
But
Cup.
but Kentucky's the first one, which is the biggest one of all of them. So, that's really it. Indy, Kentucky Derby, Daytona. Those are the three biggest. And Michael Jordan won it. Won it. It was his driver that won it. No, he wasn't the driver, but it was his driver. And then 2 days later, it's his birthday.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That's
cool, man. That's pretty
pretty cool,
cool.
man.
So I
Oh,
love it. I love it. I mean, I get all giddy when it comes to Michael Jordan. I do.
yeah, me too,
I
man.
look past some of the negative stuff. To me, he was that guy.
He was that guy.
He was that guy. He was Superman. He was, whenever you want to argue athletes, I mean, I start and end with Michael Jordan.
Speaking of, I said, oh, you could just open up a great segue. We're talking about Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the GOAT, Mr. Superman himself, killer of the killers, predator, apex predator, that is, right? Badlands, into the Badlands predator, right?
Which is on Disney Plus and Hulu.
And I watched it all. I've been binge. I'm sorry, it's just such a great movie. I could watch it 1,000 times. It's just that good. I'm sorry.
I
It's really
watched
that
it
good.
Saturday.
I
Saturday.
watched it so many times. My lady, so you watching that again? Yeah, it's that
Yep.
good.
Yup.
Anyway, we just had a great event of his old stomping grounds, which is the association, and me and you've been very candid and very honest and very open about our opinion of the NBA All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
And I will be the first to say that I was wrong to a degree, because this NBA All-Star game actually was a great one. I will give it that. It was a good one. It was really good. I was so impressed with this NBA All-Star game. The only letdown that I have, and me and you need to talk about this, is that they just need to get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. The dunk contest is a joke. It's a joke. We need to get rid of it. We got guys who we don't even freaking know that's competing in this game, right? We don't know these guys is competing in the game. I don't know these dudes. Like, what made the dunk? This guy, I don't know him. You know him? I don't know him. I don't know him. I say him because I don't know him. Okay. You know what made the game so great, Gil? When Michael Jordan went against Dominique Wilkins, right? The iconic from the free throw, right?
Mhm. The duel between
Oh,
him and Dominique.
what was the one thing that they had in common, Gil? I let you guess it.
Only one thing.
That's
Well,
one thing. One thing.
they were both stars.
Thank you. What'd you just say, Gil?
They were both stars.
Stars, right? These guys were known as in-game dunkers, correct?
Mhm.
The
Correct.
guy that was going to fill the seat in the stadium, the guy that's on the flyer, the guy you get bobblehead night, that guy, right?
Yes.
That is who we come to see. I don't care about the dude that's not getting no minutes in the game. You know why he dunks so good? Because he don't dunk in the game. Okay? You don't know these guys. I'm tired of these no-name dudes stinking up the court. One, you can't do no more dunks. It's no more dunk you can do that. It hasn't been done. Okay? I can even go past that when Vince Carter dunked. Vince Carter was a starter. He was a star. He was trying to pretty much take the lead. They were trying to make him the guy, right?
Still my
He
favorite dunker.
still
Still.
my favorite dunk of all times. I'm sorry. He is that he Vicinity, man, the dunks he was insane, right? I even go to Kobe. Kobe. You know, it start getting bad when dunkers that can dunk say, I'm not going to dunk. Mr. LeBron James, Mr. LeBron James, I'm not going to dunk. You know, so, and I was thinking about it, Gil. I said, man, outside of that, 3-point contest is always good. I love 3-point contest is always good. The skill challenge is cool, I guess. You know, it's cool, whatever. It's nothing I'm hyped to see. But I thought the format this year, and I'm gonna give out to Wemby, shout out to Wemby, man, because Wemby set the tone. Victor Wembanyama
Mm-hmm.
set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
He came out there and he put the league on notice because that's how you should come to an all-star game. You are the playing the best of the best. They have been elected the best of the best. Okay. He didn't come out there for just, oh, let me dunk. No, he came out there to play. He defended, he took it from the day one saying, here we come to ball. Okay. It was very competitive. I would have loved to see Joker and Luca play more, obviously. Because I thought the world team wasn't at full capacity. You know, you don't have the best player in the league, which is SGA. He didn't play because he's injured. You know, so they didn't have their full squad. Okay, but Wemby put on the show. Yes, he did. I love what Wemby did. Jamal Murray put on the show, but the young boys, it's their league now, man. It's their league. What they did with the old heads was what it was supposed to be. The stars outdid the stripes. You know, Kawhi Leonard put up a good he snapped. If it wasn't for the fact that they got blown out in the last game, Kawhi Leonard probably would have been the MVP of that event. You know, he put on for his home team. He put on for his home stadium. He did his thing, man. Kawhi really did his thing, man. He put up 32 points in game 2, but they was gas. And then the young boys had a whole time to rest and just recuperate. And this is the reality, man. We are older, so we have wisdom. They're younger. They have legs, stamina. They'll run up and down the court all day long. You know, dunk, shoot, and still go. Old heads, they need ice backs, ice packs, some what's that? Icy hot. Yeah, we need all that, man. We need to recuperate. We need time. We be hurting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I love where the league is going. It is all, and then Stephen A was talking about the face of the league, right? And I thought about it, right? I thought about it, because when I started watching basketball, and I could recall watching basketball, Dr. J was just getting out being the head of the league. Okay, that's when I really started watching. I didn't catch Bill Russell, none of them, bro. I didn't see that. I gotta go to NBA Classics to watch some games. Okay, but I
I,
do
which
remember,
which I used to do in the mid 90s.
right?
Like 96, 97, I would watch ESPN Classic and I watched some great stuff.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Great stuff.
Yeah, I said watch it too. I wanted to see what Will. I wanted to see what Will did. I wanted to see when he was L.A. Will. I didn't see too much of Philly Will. I did see a lot of L.A. Will. See, I was the same way, bro.
Mhm.
But I remember Dr. J being older, and I didn't know how great he was. I had to go back and watch film of ABA Dr. J, and. But then we transitioned to the Bird and Magic era. Remember? They
Mhm.
were the ambassadors, and it was a great league. It was defensive. They put on, and then next we ushered in the bad boy era with Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars. Boom. Then we opened the door for the Jordan era. Great, great, great. Right. And then Jordan retired, and we had this period when I felt like it was more of a team. It wasn't really a face, it was a team because San Antonio was dominant, LA was dominant. They wanted to give it to everybody but Kobe. Kobe was the next inherit to me. I thought Kobe was the next inherit, right? And then we ushered in what I call where the game just went left. And that's the LeBron era, LeBron James era. It went left. I'm sorry. That All-Star game became a joke. Players, they're way more. It's cool having political views, whatever you want, all that good stuff, off court, whatever. But we got way too off the court stuff than the game. Okay, now your voices, and I get it, man. Muhammad Ali was a voice during the 60s. I get it. You feel me? And there was some stuff went on in this country that the athletes felt like they wasn't just going to dribble basketball. They was going to talk about what was going on and use their voices for the movements, blah, blah, blah. Okay, right? But the game itself suffered. Okay. Now we're ushering a new era where the European basketball player is ruling the American sport. And Dennis Schroeder had made a comment. I want you to see if you agree or disagree. Dennis Schroeder said that the reason why the European players are able to come into the USA basketball is because of the high IQ. They have a high basketball IQ due to how the European system is set up, right?
Mhm.
And I thought about it, I said, he has a great point because athletically, Americans are athletic. Okay, they're very athletic. It reminded me when I was in high school and we had an athletic team, right? And when I was in Jersey, it was a team called Ewan High School, mostly white boys. Okay, and in Delaware it was Salesianum and St. Mark's, which are known to be mostly white boys because it's Catholic school, right?
Mhm.
And they may not have been athletic as we were, but they had high basketball IQ. So you knew when you played them that you wasn't going to just be able to come in there and just dominate, just dunking on them, and just all this fancy dribbling because they had a systematic game. They were going to pass, open, take the best shot, a lot of pick and rolls like Utah style offenses. And this is basketball high IQ. You don't have to be fancy. You just have to be basic and get the basics done. That's why
Mhm.
Joker's killing us. You know what I mean? Because he played basic basketball with a high IQ. Okay. And this is where the league is going. So the next face of the league, in my opinion, is going to be Wimbiana. That's going to be the league. It's going to be his league for the taking. My only concern is that he's 7'3.5", and normally tall guys, they don't last long because of the fact you're so tall. Shaq was just a behemoth. He was just big, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But look at Yao Min. He didn't last long because of the back issues and the knees and stuff like that. So it's very hard for a guy that's really tall because you're fighting gravity as is. To look, he's already had to stretch in game. We was there. We watched
Mhm.
the guy when he
Mhm.
went to play Philly. Did he not
And
have
I
to stretch?
can't wait to watch him again.
You're the only one, brother. You're the only one, brother. But not to keep going on and on though. But yeah, I thought the game was good. I like where it's going. I like the ushering of the new. And I'm glad that they took this game serious. It was competitive. They played defense. I didn't mind the format. I thought they gave the crowd what they wanted. You heard the crowd saying defense. We haven't heard that in forever. And I'm just loving the way it went. And I love the fact that they stepped up to the challenge. What about you, my brother?
I pretty much agree. I thought initially I wasn't gonna like it because it felt gimmicky, the stars, the stripes, the world. They're gonna have to play more than once. Um, Obviously, the Stars are gonna win because they got the young legs, and the other team, the world doesn't have all their players, and the Stripes has the older players. So the outcome didn't shock me, but I did like that they did play defense. They did take it personal. Wembayama set the tone. He's great, man. I think he is the face of the league.
Yeah,
You could say Ant Man,
yeah.
but to me, I always want to see the guy that's he's got the complete game. He could not have a good scoring night and still dominate the game by defense and rebounding, or he could put up 30 plus. The other night, last week, I think it was last Tuesday or Wednesday, he had like 25 in the first quarter. I was watching. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch this guy. I think he finished with 40 because he didn't play the fourth. But that's why he's all eyes on me. You don't see a guy who they list him at 7'4". He might be 7'5", 7'6". I don't know. Um, but with guard skills and able to block shots and shoot from the outside and beat you off the dribble and get offensive rebounds and I mean, the Joker is probably the best player in the league, but he don't play defense. He don't do nothing defensively. Wembayama is a two-way player. Wembayama, Wembayama is the guy that makes you question is a quarterback really the most important position in all of American sports? Because a quarterback only plays a third. There's three phases of the game,
Mhm.
and he's only playing one third. And this Super Bowl just proved that if your quarterback is just running the offense, and doesn't have a bad game or make a bad play, you can win the ultimate game. That doesn't work. That doesn't work in the NBA. Your great player has to play great, or you're not winning.
Yeah.
You're not winning,
Yeah.
and he has to play more than likely two phases of the game, where a quarterback just has to
Yeah.
play one phase. So, debatable. So the game, I agree with you. I also agree with you with the slam dunk contest. It's garbage. They should either start with it or get rid of it.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan of these guys that don't get any playing time. They're the 11th man on a 12-man roster. And all of a sudden, well, my jersey says Heat on it, so I play for the Miami Heat, even though I never play. I never play. I want to see the guys who at least play.
Yeah.
They don't even have to be a star or a starter, but it has to be somebody who plays, who's in the rotation. He's one of the 8 men
Yeah.
rotation. And I don't really hear anybody saying this. This might just be a me thing. But would you feel how'd you feel about Damian Lillard winning the 3-point contest? How'd you feel about it?
I mean, you know,
How'd you
he
feel about it?
he can shoot. I mean, you don't have to do too much, for as I don't know, man. I don't know.
All
He
right,
should
let me be more specific.
yes. He should have
Because
been in
because
it.
oh, bingo.
He should
Should
have been
he
in
have
it.
been in it? He
No,
hasn't played all
no,
year.
no, no, no. That's the part that I was utterly confused in because I was like, huh?
Why is
What?
he participating
Well,
if we can't if
participating
he
in
hasn't
yeah,
played?
yeah,
He hasn't
no,
played all year.
no NBA.
And
Let
he's
that
not
man.
going to play the rest of this year.
He's not. He's not. That's like you saying we're gonna let Jason Tatum jump in. You feel me? And he's actually playing in the G League right now. He's on his
Yeah.
recovery. Okay, the dude ain't playing, man. And you let him enter the 3-point contest? Come
And he
on, man.
won it.
Come on, NBA.
So here's the other side of it. How are you like considered to be like one of the best
Right.
when you're not even playing and you beat people who are playing?
Yeah, that part. That part. For everything they do right, they do something wrong.
They do something wrong.
Every time, man.
They do something wrong. I'm supposed to take this guy seriously. He doesn't even play, but so we got the slam dunk contest, a guy who doesn't play in a regular game wins the slam dunk contest, but then a guy who's probably going to the Hall of Fame in
Yeah,
basketball has
yeah,
been out all year. He wins the 3-point contest against guys that are playing.
yeah.
So how good are the other guys that are playing if they lost to this guy?
That part. You gotta do better, NBA. You got to do better.
I don't know, man.
I don't know,
I
man.
don't know. Why
At
didn't
least
they
if
have
they
why
say
didn't they have Steph Curry play then? He's
that part.
injured.
That part.
I would have liked to have seen Steph and Lillard in it at the same time, or neither one. Don't just pick one. None or all. The two best shooters the last 10 years. Maybe you want to throw Klay Thompson in there, or none. We're either gonna do a bunch of nobodies like the slam dunk contest, or we're gonna make sure it's a star.
Yeah, they
Because
need
I
to.
don't need to see the best dunks. I
Yeah.
want to see the best dunks that a star can do.
Yes,
I
sir.
never thought Michael Jordan was the best dunker. Never. Never. I thought he was the best player. I was excited when I saw him dunk and that tongue came out. I always thought Sean Kemp was a better dunker than him.
Yeah, the Rain Man. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just. Spud Webb didn't win because he was the best dunker. He won because he was 5'7", and look at his little 5'7" throwing it down, throwing
Yeah.
off the backboard and throwing it down one handed. He wasn't. I mean, he was a good dunker for a 5'7" guy.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
not. He was not better than Dominique.
Like Nate Robinson, he was short, right?
Nate Robinson. You remember they had a
Yep.
clock. So you could do the same dunk 10 times in a row as long as you got it in before the time limit. Remember him missing the same dunk like 5 times and
Yep.
got it like on the sixth try and beat Dwight Howard?
Yeah.
Come on, dude. It wasn't that he was so good, it was because he was short.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
was it. That was it. I mean, the best probably duel was Gordon versus
Oh,
Levine,
I said it. I said that was the best one.
and they
Dude.
did it twice.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
that
I
was.
thought Gordon won them both, and
I
he
did
wound up
too.
losing them both.
I did too. But that was a great dunk off. It really was. Uh, I don't know what's going on. That's like I said. We need to get rid of it, Silver. We need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
There's no dunk you're going to do that we have not seen. We don't want you jumping over people. We don't want you jumping over Diddy or E40 or cars or elephants if you get one in the arena. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have them jump over tall guys like Taco Falls. Like, what are we gonna do, bro? We had Dwight Howard do a dunk when he didn't dunk. Come on, man, stop it. Because I'm
It came out of his hand just that
man. Come
much.
on, man. He threw the ball at the rim, man. It's not dunking, man. Come on, man. Dunk is when you hit the rim with your
Yeah.
hand. That's what a dunk is.
Ah.
That's not
Ah.
throwing the ball at the rim. That's a highlighted or glorified shot. That's what that was. And to this day they still won't call it that. He jumped and he threw it down, but he didn't grab the rim. Stop it, America. Stop it. Tired of it. Vince
It
Carter hung
wasn't a
in the rim.
dunk. He won the slam dunk contest
Yeah,
on a dunk that wasn't a dunk.
wasn't a dunk. And
Let's
he
stop
okay.
it.
He had the Superman cape on. Okay, cool. Vince
I
Carter
mean,
don't.
I mean,
His
it was
hand was in the
cool.
rim.
It
You
was
hear me?
cool, dude.
You?
The best Vince Carter one was the one where he spins, but he does it. He's
Yes.
right-handed, and he doesn't spin that way. He goes counterclockwise and dunks it.
Yo, he was
That
so
was
high. He was so high,
that was
man.
crazy,
He was
dude.
so high. The man dunked and put his hand in the rim. And
His hand, he put his half his
so
arm was in there,
he says over. He said it's over.
and that's what Kenny Smith said too.
Yeah, it was over. It was over. Moving on.
So, face of the league right now, I got Wemby. I got Ant-Man #2. I'm not talking about the best player in the league.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the face of the league. Like
yeah. I
who
think
you
that
think of when you think of NBA. First guy.
Wemby,
Yeah,
He's
Wemby.
ushering in right now. And to Ant's credit, he don't want to be the guy. And
Hmm.
don't want to be the guy. You know, that comes with a lot of responsibility. That comes with a lot of PR stuff. That comes with a lot of, and I think Wemby's groomed for it. You know, he's a French guy. He's representing France. You know, the Frenchies has always been kind of, proud people, the Frenchies. Hell, they helped us out, man. No America without the French. You know what I mean? We can't have our independence now without the French. Okay. So
I'm not going. I'm not doing that.
it's just saying, bro.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, man. But
That's
yeah, we're in a
brutal.
good place right now with the Frenchies. You ready, bro?
All right, let's keep it crack-a-lacking. Let's get into combat sports because news broke today
Mm-hmm.
that a couple of female pioneers will be going at it in the spring. I don't have the exact date. I think it's in May. And it's going to be Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, May 16th on Netflix. They will be under the Jake Paul promotion.
Wow. Jay Paul slipped over to
This is
promotion, huh?
yeah. So
Wow.
this is going to be a fight that he's going to promote. Ronda Rousey and Gina. So when female MMA was starting to get noticed was when Gina Carano was on top because she was never the best fighter, but she was good and she was attractive. And
Okay.
she was on two different MMA companies. She was on Elite XC and then she went to Strike Force. Elite XC went out of business. She went to Strike Force. She did well. And in her last fight, she fought Chris Cyborg, and Chris Cyborg TKO'd her with literally 1 second left in the first round. It was
Mm.
pretty even until the last 10 seconds. And then Gina kind of dropped down and she's on her back trying to protect herself to finish out the round. And Cyborg is coming like this, and referee called it off with 1 second to go. And that was Gina's last fight. Her only fight she lost was against Chris Cyborg, and she hadn't fought. That was in 2009. 2009. Now, right after that, Ronda Rousey takes the mantle, even does better than Gina, winds up getting the belt. She beats Misha Tate for the belt, and then Dana White takes notice and creates a women's division, and he makes Ronda Rousey the champion as soon as he signs her. She's the first champ. She didn't even have to win a fight to be the champ. She got brought in as the champ. Um, and she held that title for a while. She was undefeated for 13 fights, and then she lost her last two in dramatic fashion.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
got knocked out by Holly Holm, and then she got almost killed,
Yeah.
almost killed by Amanda Nunes. The referee saved her life. That was technically a TKO, but it would have been like death if she would have got hit one more time. Her last fight was against Amanda Nunes back in 2016. So that's, 9 years ago. By the time this fight happens, it's going to be 9.5 years. Now, Ronda stayed active because she joined WWE and she was a professional wrestler for a little while. She didn't really love it, kind of showed that she didn't love it, but she was pretty good when she was in there, where Gina Carano gave up the whole combat sports and stuff like that, got into acting, was in some movies, got into TV. She, was in the first two seasons of The Mandalorian before she got fired, famously fired.
Oh yeah.
Um, she also she was in the first Deadpool movie, first one. She played Angel Dust, I
Yep.
believe. So she's a decent actress for who she is. Um, but apparently Dana White back in 2014 tried to get the super fight between Gina Carano and Ronda Rousey. It couldn't happen because he wanted the fight to happen sooner than Gina did. Gina, had been out of the sport for 5 years, and she said she wanted to, be part of a team, and she needed 6 months of training. So it didn't happen. And now I don't know why it's happening. I mean, Gina has been struggling a little bit for work lately. I don't know that she needs the money, but maybe she just doesn't like not being in the spotlight. And Ronda Rousey, they've been trying to make her come back because styles make fights. And the last two fights she had was not stylistically for her. This is a good matchup for her. Gina is a stand up fighter, mediocre grappling. Ron is the opposite. Pretty good stand up, excellent grappling. Only problem is Gina's a little bigger. She fought at 145 pounds.
Right. Right. She didn't pick some weight up now.
Now Ronda is going to have to fight at 145. She was fighting at 135 when she fought. So she's going to be the smaller fighter,
Mm.
and every fight starts on your feet. So
Yeah.
advantage to Gina Carano.
Yeah.
But
I think.
Ronda is, I think, 39 years old, and I think Gina's like 43, 44.
Yeah. So I think it's leaning toward Ronda
Yeah,
Rousey. If you
I
ask
think so
me,
too.
one person's been inactive for a long time, so that's rust, and you got to get back in shape for this one fight. And then you got Ronda Rousey. Even though it's wrestling, she still was able to be in some type of conditioning for her body, for her body
Mhm.
being able to go through some stuff. Because wrestling still got to put your body through some stuff. Whereas a person that totally went to acting in that route, and you got about to get back in the octagon, what, almost 20 years later or something like that, 10, 15, 16 years later,
Yeah.
and you talking about going against a grappler? I don't know about that, bro. Father
Uh,
Time's undefeated, and it's not good.
one in the fight game is kind of old
Yeah.
at 39, kind of old. There have been others that have been 40 plus that have had a lot of success. but they're outliers. Like a Randy Couture, that's not the norm. Especially Randy Couture wasn't retired for a decade and then came back in his 40s, which is what you're asking Ronda Rousey to do. But you're asking even more of that from Gina
I
Carano
know.
because her layoff was 5 years longer and she's almost 5 years older.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
And since Ronda Rousey retired, she married a former UFC heavyweight who specialized in kickboxing. So, it's just natural. He probably works out with her.
For sure.
And his strength was her weakness. Now he's probably helping her out a little bit.
Yeah.
You have a camp where she doesn't even have to work too much on her grappling because her judo, she came in third place in the Olympics in judo
Man.
back in 2004. Gina Carano never competed in the Olympics.
So
She's got one submission win over somebody that she was a lot bigger than. Oh, and the other thing is when Gina Carano fought, the rounds for women were 3-minute rounds. So since she's retired, they became 5-minute rounds.
us the
So
now
so
us.
so Ronda knows how to pace herself and what a real round looks like. It's going to be it's going to be, they've already said it's going to be 145-pound, 5-minute rounds.
When Nunes beat her, did she beat her with just like stand up punching her? How did she beat her?
You didn't see the fight?
No, I didn't see the
Go
fight.
go to YouTube and watch it. It's only 2 minutes long.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll watch it then.
It's 2 minutes long, and yeah, both Ronda and Nunes beat her on the feet, beat her standing up.
Okay, so that's not really what's
No,
supposed to
nobody was gonna beat her grappling.
happen. Okay.
Her level of judo was higher than anybody else in the UFC at the time. Not anymore. Now Kayla Harrison has surpassed the level of judo that Ronda had. Plus, Kayla Harrison is bigger. She has to cut a lot of weight to make 145 pounds.
Okay.
Ronda was 135. She had to cut weight too to make 135, but she wasn't 145. You know how fighters are, like you walk around at 200 but you fight at 185.
Yeah.
Right? You cut that water weight, and then after weighing you rehydrate and get back up to almost the exact weight you were at. You're off by like 2 or 3 pounds. Well, they do that in MMA too. So Ronda would fight at 135, but she probably walked around at 150. So, if she walks around at 150, now she's only cutting like 5 pounds for 145, which she could probably do in a day. One day she could probably cut 5 pounds. Gina Carano at 145, I don't know what she naturally walks around as. She is physically a little taller, a little thicker.
Yeah.
So maybe she will have to cut 10, 15 pounds. Plus, she's not in fight mode. So even though she's probably in shape, she's not in fight shape. So, she has to get, in shape and cut weight. And she's in her 40s. To me, everything lines up to Ronda Rousey winning. To me, it does. Now, I like Gina Carano outside of that stupid thing she said on X a few years back, which got her, fired from The Mandalorian and fired from Disney and all that stuff. Outside of that, I like her. I don't like Ronda Rousey personally a little bit. Not a little bit. But I think she's going to win this fight. I think she's going to win it. So that is going to be on Netflix. If you have Netflix, you don't need any special subscription. May 16th. We'll talk about it again as the fight is coming up because I want to watch it. Two big names, two women who pioneered the sport and made it, household for women today. Both of them. Got to give them both both credit because Gina got her reputation. She was never in the UFC and still not in the UFC because this is not promoted by the UFC. This is Jake Paul's thing. And Ronda Rousey was in Strike Force, but became a huge star in the UFC. And now she's in Jake Paul's thing. I have a feeling he's offering them quite a bit of money, probably like around 5 million.
You know what I mean? The gate gonna be crazy though, so he gonna make his money.
Oh, he'll make his money.
He's gonna make his
He's
money.
not in it to lose money.
Yeah, at all.
All right. So since we're talking about people, who might be over the hill, let's talk about a couple guys who are definitely over the hill, but will be fighting each other. As your man, Iron Mike Tyson, will be in an exhibition this spring in April against Money Floyd Mayweather. These two guys aren't even close in weight class. One guy is, I don't know, 10 years older than the other. I don't even know, but they're both over the hill. After seeing Mike Tyson
I don't. I don't.
limping around against Jake Paul, I have
I'm good.
zero interest in this fight.
I'm good. I'm not watching this joke.
I don't even think Tyson touches him.
I don't think he touched him either. Only way, and it's only for a payday for both of them. And some fool's gonna sit there and watch this dumb fight. I'm not watching this fight because technically he won. Mike Tyson's old. You know, Floyd is old, but he's not as old as Mike Tyson. Stamina is something. Floyd can't hurt Mike Tyson. He doesn't have the power. His hand, he done broke his hand so many, he has brittle hands. So he's not going to hurt Mike Tyson, okay? Jake Paul hit hard, you know what I mean? And he was a younger guy, he has stamina, okay? And you can see Mike Tyson got older as the fight went on, okay? Floyd Mayweather, key to this is like any Floyd Mayweather fight. He's not going to get hit. It's going to be defense. You know, he's just going to out. His stamina is up there, so he's just going to outlast Mike Tyson. He's not going to knock Mike Tyson out. He's just going to outlast Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's not going to hit him, be able to hit him the way he wanted to hit him. Because one thing about Floyd, he's just not going to get hit like that. It's just a boring fight. It's not even worth even watching. It don't make no sense at all. You got a heavyweight.
It's just big name against big name.
It
That's
is.
all.
It's a joke. I'm not watching it personally. So once you tell me who won it, I'll be like, okay, I don't care. I don't care. The only fights I care about is Shake Shake, the way he's putting these fights together, because he put some real fights together. Okay, that's the guy I'm liking because he's bringing. Yeah, he's the guy right now. He is like I can't say Don King, because Don King was trash. I ain't met a promoter like this guy. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know a promoter on his level because he is putting the best of the best together, man. And he's bringing back that old boxing me and you fell in love with when the best fought the best. Okay, if you haven't learned yet, fighters, you're not messing your legacy up by fighting the best. You're only helping it. Okay, you're not because y'all got this myth that because you fight the best, you take an L, that you're going to mess your money up. False, very false. If anything's going to help you out, okay? Because guess what you can do? You can run it back twice. You can run it back 3 times if you want to.
Yeah.
Okay?
If it's a good fight, I want to see it again.
Again, okay. Tyson Fury did it with Wilder 3 times, and we all came to see every fight. Okay,
and that wasn't even great. That was okay.
I'm not a fan of Wilder, so I definitely wasn't thinking it was a great fight because I always said the dude was the most awkwardest, unconventional, undisciplined, just not a good boxer. He had the right hand, and that was it, and he was wild. He had basketball body, dog. He had basketball legs. Like, what are you talking about? You know? So anyway, not to get off subject, I don't care about Mike Tyson fighting Mayweather. It's a joke, and I'm not gonna watch another joke. Okay, you got me with the Paul and Tyson. You won't get me with the Mayweather and Tyson. It's a joke. I hope y'all watch it. Have a ball, America. I'm not watching it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not. No, sir.
I'm on the fence. Nobody likes a car crash, but everybody kind of slows down just to take a peek. So, which causes traffic. So I don't know. I may not. I'm not sure. You know what you're going to get. Exactly how we're talking about it. Whatever the max rounds are, which is probably no more than 5 or 6.
Yeah,
It'll go to distance, and Mayweather will win every round, and he'll land 5 punches.
yeah,
Tyson won't land any. So that's how that's going to go. But a real fight, a good one with two guys in their prime, will be UFC on Paramount Plus this Saturday as Strickland takes on Hernandez. I can't wait for this one, man, because number one, Strickland is a former UFC middleweight champion, but as a person, personally, I can't stand him. I like Hernandez, and he's on the upcoming. So I want to see Hernandez kick Strickland's ass. I don't know if that'll happen, but that's what I want to see. I got interest. Both of these guys are in their prime. Hernandez might not have even reached his peak yet. I think Strickland has. Um, so that is the main event for UFC Fight Night this Saturday on Paramount Plus. Check that out. I know I will. Let's move on to the NFL. We could talk the NFL every week
yes, we can.
of the year. We're in the off season, so I want to pose the question right now, where's your interest at so far in the off season for the NFL?
Um, One, I want to see what the draft's looking like.
All
I
right, but
can't.
that's a ways down.
Um,
We just had the Senior Bowl. Um, we got the Combine.
I mean,
Not this weekend. Next weekend.
I
So
mean, you got.
we're less than 2 weeks from the
Uh,
Combine.
I mean, right now you got some pieces out there. You got Tyreek Hill, so I'm interested to see where he land at, and you got Bradley Chubb, so I'm curious to see where he lands at. I'm trying to see where a fit with Tyreek Hill will be at this point. Like, what team do I
I,
see really going out and grabbing him? It's
I could think of the perfect team. To me, perfect.
perfect,
Perfect.
perfect team.
Perfect team.
Baltimore.
That's a good one. That's my second one. And Kansas City is my third.
Okay,
But
I'm thinking
my
to go
number
back.
one is my number one.
Chicago.
No,
Oh, but I say hell no. Pittsburgh.
no.
Okay, where you got them going?
I'll say it like one of their fans would say it. Let's go Buffalo. They
Man,
need
you think
they need a receiver. One guy that takes the top off, and then you got all the
man,
you got Shakir or whatever his name is. You got Keon Coleman. None of those guys got real speed. You get
right?
the one guy with real speed that takes the top off with Allen's big arm. Oh my gosh. Too easy. Too easy. Easy work. Easy work.
It's easy
He
work,
would open up everything.
man. You think, but it's like, wouldn't it be like having another Stephon Diggs up there though?
He's way faster than Diggs.
No,
It's a
yeah,
short term thing. He's probably a 2 year guy.
you can be impactful. Okay, I like that
Two
destination
two
choice.
years for him to play nice.
Yeah, I like that destination choice. Of
Oh
all the
my
choices, I
gosh.
think that'd be good. I think that'd be a real good one. That'd be a real good one. That'd
Plus
be
he'd want to stick it to Miami because they just released him.
yeah.
So he would play them twice a year. Oh my gosh.
Well, they retooling now
Too
Miami.
too easy.
They retooling Miami. They gonna break it down, build it back up.
We gotta
And
see what they're gonna do with Tua.
she ain't playing for them. I can tell you
I
that right
don't
now.
think he's playing for them either, but are they gonna flat out release him and take that cap hit?
Yeah, yeah. And then Bradley Chubb, man, Chicago wouldn't be a bad place
Oh
for the guy.
gosh, I would love him. But Chicago, the fans are so enamored with making a trade for Max Crosby. I don't
Oh,
think they would appreciate Bradley Chubb.
yeah, they
But
wouldn't.
but to get Max Crosby, you'd have to give up at minimum this year's number one and DJ Moore. At minimum, that might not be enough. That might not be enough. Now,
What
would
you-
I do that if the Raiders agreed to that trade? I think I'd have to do it.
Yeah, I let DJ Moore go.
I like DJ Moore, but you have other receivers, and
Yeah.
he's not their number one.
No.
He's not. The number one is their rookie tight end, Loveland.
Yeah.
He's the number one. He's the guy that when you needed someone to get open, he was always open.
Yeah.
He was always open. Those last handful of games at the end of the year, he was always open. Open, open, open. No matchup with him. And their legit wide receiver, probably number one this year, will probably be Luther Burden
Yeah.
out of the slot.
Yep.
So DJ Moore, yeah, he fits, but he's just kind of one of the guys. You can lose him. They still got Rome. They still got Zacchaeus. They could bring in somebody else. I just believe in Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson's going to bring in the guy.
Yeah, he's gonna bring
So
the
now,
guy in.
now you need people to fit Dennis Allen's defense. Now there are some. Let me tell you, I am a dork because I'm already paying attention to the mock drafts. I've already studied Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft, and I've already studied um, yield field Yates and Mel Kiper Jr.'s first mock draft. I've already studied them, so I'm already seeing like how it's looking like it's going to fall for the Bears at 25. Paying attention to your team too, by the
Well,
way.
yeah, I mean, we're going defense, and you send me that meme, and we don't do very well when it comes to us picking defensive players. Offensively, we do kind of decent, but defensively, I mean, outside of Micah, you know what I'm saying? That was a good thing we picked a Micah, but outside of Micah,
Well, this is a draft that specializes more on defense than
yeah,
offense,
yeah,
and the top offensive guys are going to go in the top 10, and we're not picking top 10.
yeah,
You are
no,
not. You're like what, 12?
yeah,
Like you
yep,
were last year, right?
yep.
Weren't you 12 last year? And we're 25
Yeah,
right
I would
now.
say this year is a good year if you want to get some defensive guys. Because next year is going to be a more of an offensive pool. This year, you don't gotta be stressed about the first round. You can get some
Next
good
year's
guys.
draft.
Yeah,
Next, where is next year's draft? I got to look it up because I might have to save money. We might have to bring the show on the road
or
for
that'd be
next year's
fly.
draft.
That'd be fly.
That would be, well, it's in Pittsburgh. We can go this year.
It's in Pittsburgh.
It's in Pittsburgh this year. We can go. We can. If you wanted to make that trip, that is a drivable trip.
That is a drivable trip, but I'd rather go when it's a good draft, a groundbreaking draft.
No, this is just a regular draft.
It's
Next
regular.
year is,
Yeah,
you're right. It's going to be a ground, but
yeah.
that's going to be bananas.
It's gonna be bananas.
I mean, you'd have to
Yeah,
reserve a hotel room six
yeah,
months in advance.
yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't even know where it's at next year. But anyway, we'll talk about next year next year. But we're going to talk about this year a lot this year. So as always, I'm looking forward to the draft. But the thing is, I think the NFL has it backwards. I think the draft should come first and then free agency. Know
Hmm.
what you got in the draft, and then you pick a couple of pieces just to fill out the roster in free agency. But that's not how they do it. The new league year opens up in March, and then 2 weeks later it's free agency.
Hmm.
So, the Bears need a left tackle. I think they either got to trade for one or they got to sign a guy. Probably going to have to pay a pretty good left tackle, real good money to lure him in. And there aren't many real good left tackles in free agency this year, but you can't mess around. You can't have invested in the line like they did last year and then have, you know, a band-aid at left tackle. Not a left tackle, can't do it. And I don't want Joe Tooney to play full-time for a year at left tackle. The guy is an all-pro guard who can play left tackle. I want him to play at his strength. And
Hmm.
his strength is left guard, not left tackle. So they got to address that. And then I think in the draft, go defensive line first round, defensive line second round. If you take a tackle in the first round, take an edge rusher in the second round, or vice versa. There's a chance Maybe won't happen. But there's a chance that Caleb Downs, the safety out of Ohio State, slips out of the top 10 just because of circumstances. Oh my gosh. If he's there at 12
Oh yeah, we
for
ripping him.
you guys,
Yeah, we ripping him.
oh,
You be yo,
ooh,
you be Jerry be an idiot. Jerry be an idiot
oh.
not to grab him. He is our GM, so he'd be idiot
No,
not.
he would get him because all the attention that guy's gonna get. He's like Ed Reed.
Yeah.
That's who everybody. That's the comp. They're like, oh, he's Ed Reed. He's a young Ed Reed.
Whew.
If he falls out of the top 10, because you know how they push up quarterbacks.
Yeah.
There's going to be a quarterback pushed up that has no reason. The guy from Alabama,
Yeah. Simpson. Todd Simpson.
yeah, he should not go top 10. But teams are so desperate that they're going to talk themselves into he's either going to be top 10 or top 12, top 15, maybe Pittsburgh or I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying circumstance. Hey, Micah should have never fell out of the top 10 and he did.
Yeah. It's true.
He should have never fell out of top 10 and he did. So it's possible. Safeties, the last safety to get drafted in the top 10 was the LSU guy, Adams, Jamal Adams.
Hmm.
He was the last one, and that was 2017. Safety is usually not a top 10. And even first round, it's usually like one guy, safety wise. I mean, Eman Wari went in the second round last year, and he's incredible. He's incredible. He's so good. Oh my gosh. For me, I'm thinking between Caleb Banks, defensive tackle, or McDonald from Ohio State. I'm thinking like those two defensive tackles. I would be happy with either one of them.
Yeah.
But I already know Caleb Downs is going to be taken before we get there. We would have to move up. He'd have to fall out of the top 10 before we have the conversation. But you got a shot. I
Yeah.
would be excited for you. I really would.
The Jets.
You get that guy, and the juice would be back in Dallas. It would be back in Dallas. So we didn't get to the Tyreek Hill for you. Who do you think is the perfect team? You didn't think of Buffalo, so it's not going to be Buffalo for you.
No, I
Who,
said Tyreek Hill. I thought I see him going out in Buffalo. I mean not Buffalo, Baltimore.
Baltimore?
Yeah, with
What
Lamar.
about the reunion with Kansas City?
No, no, no. He already said that he thought Tua was better than Pat Mahomes, man.
Yeah, how about that?
Even
You
though
got
Pat
to watch
Mahomes
what you say. You got to watch. You just never know. You got to watch what you
even
say.
though Pat Mahomes not going to be playing next year early because of the Achilles injury. You know what I mean? But no, he's not going to Kansas City. I don't think he's going back to Kansas City. And I would say Baltimore. I could see him Baltimore. I could see him in Baltimore. They
You
talking
know
about
what?
Pittsburgh.
You know who I think is going to Kansas City. Speaking of draft, right now I think Jeremiah Love is going to Kansas City. The running
Yeah,
back out of Notre Dame.
that'd be a great pickup for them.
Oh, that you know
Yeah,
what kind of
great.
pickup that would be? That would be a fantasy number 2 running back kind of
Yeah, because
pickup.
he's definitely going to get a lot of burn.
Especially if they gotta rely more on the running
Yeah, they're
because
gonna have to.
Mahomes not being ready for the start of the year. We'll see. Mahomes is a fast healer, so we'll see. But yeah, man, I think Tyreek Hill to Buffalo is perfect. But I think he'd be good in Baltimore. I think he'd be good in Kansas City, but I don't think that reunion's going to happen. And I'll tell you another one. I think he'd be good in San Francisco
Oh
because
yeah,
I think San Francisco is
Oh, yeah,
Losing Jennings, I
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're going to lose Jennings.
yeah,
They're definitely going to lose Ayuk.
yeah,
They already lost Debo from last year. So their number one wide receiver is Pearsall, and he's always getting hurt.
yeah.
And
So
he
you
don't
know,
and he don't come back. So I think San Francisco would be a good fit for him. So those are Buffalo, Baltimore, San Francisco. Those are my three. Those are my three for Tyreek Hill. If he's healthy, I mean, he's going to be fast. He's going to be fast. He'll be on good behavior for 2 years, so short deal with him.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking. So I got one more thing I want to bring up. I started watching this documentary. I think you would love it, and I want to recommend it. It's called Soul Power: The Legend of the American Basketball Association, or what you and I refer to it as the ABA,
okay,
which was like the high flying NBA. When the NBA was playing structured ball, the ABA was just a show. Dr. J was like their best player. Dr. J played for the ABA before he was in the NBA. And then they got oh Barry, the guy who played for Golden State. They
Brent
took
Berry.
him what was his name?
Was it Brent Berry?
No, Brett Barry. No, Brett Barry is one of his sons. Brett and Joe are his sons. Not Danny. I forget his name. Last name is Barry, Hall of Famer. Most people know him from winning a championship with Golden State back in the mid 70s. But before he was Golden State, he played for the New York Nets in the ABA. It's a four-part documentary. Each episode is about an hour. I watched two episodes, one yesterday, one today. Very good. Very good. They talk about everything with the ABA. The ABA was short lived, but eventually, they got bought by the NBA. And a lot of the teams that we know of today, like the Spurs and the Nets, they were originally from the ABA and got incorporated with the NBA. And then some teams that got renamed. Um, so, like the San Antonio Spurs and stuff like that. Um, other NBA teams with an NBA name were named something else when they were in the ABA. So yeah, you learn a lot about it, and you learned how they ran the organizations differently. Everything comes down to money, though.
Yeah.
Everything comes down to money. So I recommend. It's called Soul Power. It's on Paramount Plus. No, not Paramount Plus. It's on Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon Prime. So, Soul Plane, the legend of the American Basketball Association. If you're interested, like Dr. J, and they almost got Lou Alcindor, which later became Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Obviously, they almost got him, but they didn't. They didn't do the deal right. They didn't do the deal right. And the first guy who ran the ABA was George Mikan. Does
Hmm.
that name sound familiar? That
Sure.
was the first great center in the NBA. Played for the Minneapolis Lakers before they moved to Los Angeles. hmm That's right. So I guess the big takeaway from our show today was Michael Jordan again being the owner and winning the Daytona 500, which I did not bring up, coming off of a lawsuit against NASCAR that got settled 2 months ago. 2 months ago. He was in almost a 2 year lawsuit against NASCAR, being that they thought that the NASCAR officials and NASCAR brass were not fairly distributing the money to the owners in NASCAR. It was kind of like a monopoly, and Jordan sued them, and he didn't win, but they came
Arbitration.
to a buyout,
Mhm.
let's say, and he got a lot of what he wanted, so it felt like a win. So congratulations for that. Made
Mhm.
more money. And then you win the 500. And today's your birthday, size 13 ring. He made sure to say that. So happy birthday, Michael Jordan. Anything else you want to add, brother, before we sign
Oh, man,
off?
here we go, man. As far as the Winter Olympics, man, we got a big showdown looming. Hopefully it happens, but the Americans, man, look like it's going to be a collision with the Canadians, man. Canadians is got probably the best squad out there right now, man. And the Americans been playing good hockey, but the Canadians been smoking jokers, man. Sidney Crosby, Celebrini. Oh man, I'm talking about they got a squad. So I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a good. If they go for the gold, that's going to be a good one for the gold. USA, Canada, man. Who would have thought?
I mean, it only happens every Winter Olympics. Canada always beats the U.S.
Yeah,
Always beats the U.S. in the gold medal game. Always. So I'll obviously be rooting for the U.S. I'll obviously be rooting for the Kachuk boys, but ultimately, I think it'll probably be like a 4-2 final,
yeah,
and Canada will win. But how about those Canadians getting caught cheating in the curling? How about that? How about that? Letting go and then putting the finger, letting go and using the finger to give it that extra little push, and then acting like they didn't do it. Come on, Canada, be right, be better, be better. Don't be sorry, be better. Stop the cheating. There's too many cameras. Everybody knows.
too many.
There's every angle of every angle.
Yeah, Big Brother
You
watch.
see, you see it in slow motion. And he lets it go and then points the finger and touches the cement part. Like we're gonna. Oh, I didn't. F you. Okay. Like the Sweden, because he did it. They did it against Sweden. Like I'll show you the video. I'll show you the video. F you. Okay. F me, no F you. I don't know why I didn't automatically get disqualified. It may not technically be a rule, but you're doing something you're not supposed to do. So come on, please. Let's be better. All right. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to the What's Good with Gil and Larry podcast on the Box Office Buzz 302 YouTube channel every Tuesday around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And please hit like, subscribe, tell a friend, leave a comment. We love reading the comments. So
You do.
please leave a comment. If you got a problem with me, say it on the comment. Don't make it too personal. I know my beard's getting gray. I worry a lot. I worry a lot. I'm coming off of a very exciting Bears season, so it aged me. It aged me. But yeah, for my main man Larry Loper, I am Gilly Rosari telling everybody stay healthy, watch the games, watch the fights. Got a good one on Paramount Plus this weekend, UFC Fight Night. So check it out, and we'll talk about it next Tuesday, along with the NFL, NBA, and what's ever happening in sports and entertainment. So for Larry, myself, deuces, y'all.
Partner.
I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Good show.